Hey, my name is Thomas and today I'm going to do something completely different. In this video I'm not going to talk about cameras, lenses or gear in any way. Instead of that I'm talking about my photography. So this is really something new. I never have done this before, but I think, yeah, what's the point of a photo channel if there is no talk about photos? And I've also seen so many of you guys out there doing great blogs or videos about your own photography, and I really find that inspiring and interesting. So I want to have a try. Maybe it's gonna work out. Maybe I'm gonna do more videos like this in the future. As always, please feel free to tell me what you think. Write your comments in the comment section below. Criticism, hints, tips, tricks, or whatever your opinion. I love to read all your comments and will happily answer every single one of them. So yeah, without further ado, here are my 10 photos that I picked for this video. I took all these around the last year. So the oldest one is I think from very late 2019 and then the rest is from 2020 up to today. The first photo I want to start with is this one, and I really love this shot. It's I'm a nature guy. I live in a big city, but I love nature. I love the sun, I love flowers and insects and animals of all sorts, and this shot really captured the spirit of what was going on there. This is taken in Westerwald. That's a very rural, very beautiful area located roughly between Cologne and Frankfurt, and a friend of mine lives there that I visit him pretty often to spend a few days at the countryside. Always beautiful, and I was so happy to get this shot with a dark, deep sun. This was taken in late autumn. I also love the colors in this shot. You know, there is a hint of orange in the Bumblebee, and then there is the contrast to the blue of the flowers and these brownish warm tones, and then the huge lens reflections going on there. Everything is like bathing in this deep sunlight. I'm really happy with that shot. And one of my best nature photos maybe. The next one, that's something completely different. This is taken of course in Cologne. You see the famous cathedral in the background, and then there is we were on a millennium wheel, and what makes this shot significant for me is that this was taken in summer 2020. Yeah, as you know, there was the lockdown and the coronavirus pandemic situation, so not a lot of things, not a lot of tourist attractions, so to say, in our city, and this was one of the very few they decided to install this millennium wheel for, like this Ferris wheel, sorry, in the city of this in the center of the city, and it was there for a couple of months. Really cool. And I remember that one ride was like 15 minutes, so it was also kind of yeah, a really cool experience. I did several rides with that thing, and this shot is taken on one of them. The next photo. This one, I have a personal connection to that photo. The guy on the photo, that's Takahiro. He's the guy who's filming all my videos, who's doing such a great job in doing that. What's special about this photo is that we were strolling the city, and I saw him working on his own video projects and time lapses and all that stuff, and we talked a lot about it, and that's actually how the idea for my camera channel emerged. So Tom's cameras wouldn't be maybe there without his input and his creative ideas as well. So I also think that this is a beautiful shot, again with warm colors that I just love, and it makes this, you know, there is technical stuff going on the train station of Cologne, but it makes it look warm and welcoming. So I also like this shot a lot. Now with the next shot, I'm not so sure what you're gonna think. Maybe you're gonna think now he's gonna be crazy, that's the most ugly photo ever, but I also love this photo. It's a dark, empty street situation, sort of sinister atmosphere. We have in the left side, in the really dark part there, this sex shop going on, and then the warmth and the light comes from this poster and this advertisement, which is also interesting because it reads the vegetarian butcher, and now cows can fly, and that means cows are gonna be taken, they're gonna be removed from the menu. That's a sort of a German wordplay. Jetzt können die Kühe vom Speiseplan fliegen. That means because it's vegetarian stuff, this is a new stuff, of course, so it's also sort of a sign of the times what's on this photo. This is a very contemporary theme. And I'm really happy how this turned out. It's one of my favorite shots, actually. Now for something completely different again. This is again Westerwald. This is a fairly conventional landscape shot. Nothing too exciting going on, but I just love the colors, the slightly dramatic skies, and I also love this sweeping line, which is like from the, you know, from the top left, the skies go a little bit down to the right, and in the on the bottom, the grass and the flowers in the foreground is sort of the same. At the left, it's a little bit higher, and then it sweeps a little bit, just a tiny bit down to the right. So the landscape follows this sort of path, you know. And now they say the lines from the left to the right should be more rising and not going down, but I'm not good in following rules, and I like it this way. I think it's a really cool shot, and even in the background you see the horizon, you see the fields there, they also sort of follow this line. So I just like the composition of this one. I'm not so good in landscape photography, so I'm pretty happy with this one, actually. Then we've got this one. This is just a car. I like this car very much. It's a very old Rover that was made like in the 1970s, and it also looked very old. If you look closely, you see that the car is not in a very nice shape. It really shows its age, like, I don't know, some bars and scratches, which sort of add to the impact. I really found it's a beautiful car, and also I like how the lights worked out with this one. I took a long time exposure, of course. There was a step or a bike or something like that passing by, and then this blue light that just almost barely touches the roof of the car, and then it gets stronger towards the rear end of the car, and it looks like, you know, when in these old comic books, when they had these car chase scenes and they put all these speed lines, draw these speed lines to make the cars look faster. So something like that's going on here, and that's an effect I really like in this photo. And it happened purely by coincidence. You know, you don't have a control about these things when you take the shot. The next one, this one is cool. This is taken in a backyard somewhere in the city center of Cologne again, and there is this poster going on, which is on the rear window of some shop or store. Clearly this is not meant to be like the main display of the store, but someone just put this New York poster in there, and it's backlit from the store window. I like this shot because it could be anywhere. There is this, you know, this New York poster. It's like a dream. This is like the dream city, the coolest city that many people think is one of the coolest cities in the world, and it appears in this like a dream, and then around that you have a very darkish, grayish, derelict sort of stuff going on, but it could be really anywhere. It could even be in New York, basically, this photo. It could be in any city. So it's sort of without location, and that's what I like about this shot. And of course, again, the change between the contrast between the warmth of the warm light of the New York poster and the more bluish, grayish light around it. The last three ones I took in the Netherlands. This one was made in the city of Tilburg, which is located in the south of the Netherlands, and you've seen Tilburg also in some of my videos. I spent a lot of time there. And this location, it's called Piushaven. That's the sort of the harbor of a small canal very close to the city center. It used to be a very industrial area, and you can still see it a little bit in the architecture going on there, but recently everything has been changed and rebuilt, and now it's a very nice sort of, yeah, a location where people meet, and there's a lot of bars and cool restaurants going on, and even during the pandemic situation it still has a very cozy, interesting vibe to it. So this was taken in last winter 2020. I was very lucky with the weather, as you can see, and basically, yeah, in such a situation you just have to grab your camera, go and take some shots, and they will all be amazing color wise. These situations never last long. This was maybe for half an hour, and before that it was just dull gray, and after that again dull gray. So when weather is changing quickly, just have a camera at hand. The next one, also in Tilburg, during the winter there was a lot of snow compared to the usual winters. And again, we have a topic with warmth. This old wooden beautiful entrance oozes warmth to me, with the brown and orange colors going on there. And yeah, it's very inviting in a way, and also very classy. And then to the other side you see the cold color, the winter situation, the snow on the path, and the pedestrians somewhere in the background. But I like this shot a lot. I love the situation and what it says, but I also think I maybe screwed up a little bit with the composition. I'm not entirely sure about the composition. Maybe the warm half is too massive and the winter half is too small, or I was too close to the building, or I should have taken a different angle. I'm not 100% sure. I can remember I was a bit restricted, because if I would have taken a little bit more from the street, then other stuff would have been in the background that I didn't want in the shot. So, but again, I'm not 100% sure about this one. And this is the last photo I'm going to show you today. Again in the Netherlands. This location is called Domburg. It's a very small sort of touristic city at the Atlantic Ocean. Beautiful place. And very quiet, because there is no real tourism going on, again because of the pandemic situation. It was super windy when I took this shot. I was planning to maybe do a short video as well there, but it was completely impossible to have any sort of sound recording. So yeah, I was yelling at the camera, and at the microphone, yeah, the microphone here wouldn't pick up a single word of me. Impossible. Again, I didn't do anything. I just was there at the right time, at the right place. The sky is beautiful. This sand situation is beautiful. The ship in the background, it's just there at the perfect spot, and I just needed to see what's going on and hit the shutter button. That's it. There's also not a lot of post-processing going on there. I don't like to overly process photos anyway. Because I wanted to look somewhat natural. So yeah, very happy with basically each of these shots. And but 10, yeah, in 1 or 1.5 years, maybe I've got other shots that are good. Maybe some of these are crap and I just don't see it. Again, if you have any comments or suggestions or criticism, write something in the comment section below. And I'm really eager to read all your comments, and I will answer every single one of them, as I always say. So that's it for today. As always, if you found this interesting and useful in any way, leave a like. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet, and hit the small bell button so you get a notification when I upload my next video. I hope to see you soon then. Thanks and goodbye.